Hi you guys, I'm back. I just made a video talking to you about PTSD and stuff. Now I'm going into the symptoms of it, and this is mainly for the people who have PTSD. You know a lot of these things. Some of these things may just help you realize you're not crazy, that these are actual things, these are what goes with it, because I always thought I was crazy. I thought that, there was certain things about me that didn't seem right until I started, asking. I started asking my therapist. My mom started doing research because my mother's my main support system. She started doing research and realized that to help me out and tell me, you're not crazy. These are what you're going to go through. And, until things, you can, get it under control again, then, it's going to be rough. But some of the symptoms are, this is for the increased anxiety and emotional arousal side of the symptoms. Hypervigilance, which means you're on a constant state of red alert, which kind of means how do I explain this? Because a lot of people have a hard time with understanding what hypervigilance is. So hypervigilance is let's say it's the only way I could think of it. Let's say you're in a battlefield, okay? There's bombs going off everywhere. There's gun shooting. You're always watching your back, making sure everything's okay, whatever. Now put all that fear and that emotion and that state of where your nerves are all over the place and whatever, and put that in a safe environment, in a normal place. That's what you feel like. You always feel like everything's, you can't focus, you can't, whatever, you can feel everything, you can hear everything, it's your body going in overdrive of, kind of like fight or flight or freeze. You always feel like, you're in an emergency situation and stuff like that. Intense physical reactions like pounding of heart, nausea, sweating, muscle tension. I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of heart pounding, nausea. My muscles do tense a lot. I'm always, if I sit in a car, I'm tensing, or you'll hear me, clicking, and you can tell my emotions are getting high if I'm, fiddling, whatever. Definitely sweating. It sounds gross and whatever, but it's true. Your body's working so much, your heart's pounding so fast that your body's overworking itself, and you're increasing your body temperature, which causes you to sweat, because sweating cools the body down. So, you're not the only one. Irritability or outbursts of anger. Guilty as charged. Irrational and intense fear. Difficulty concentrating. Panic attacks, anxiety, depression, and mood swings. These are the hardest to go through, especially panic attacks. If you have not experienced a panic attack, please be thankful. I'm not taking that lightly. Please be thankful that you have not had a panic attack. They take every ounce of energy, muscle, strength, anything. It takes so much out of you. And you're not okay for a good while afterwards. Feeling jumpy, easily startled, difficulties falling asleep or staying asleep, tense muscles, which was, kind of like the muscle tension, I think. Here's now another type. You have avoidance and numbing, which is inability to remember important aspects of the trauma, loss of interest in activities and in life in general, feeling numb and empty, avoidance of people and places, feeling isolated. Now you have re-experiencing the traumatic event. You have flashbacks, which is acting or feeling the event as if it's happening again. Nightmares, either of the event or frightening things. Feeling of intense distress when reminded of the trauma oneself. Yeah. There's other symptoms, common symptoms that go along with it. Feeling suicidal, self-harm, self-destructive tendencies, feeling distrustful, feeling distrustful and suspicious/blaming others, guilt, shame, embarrassment, or self-blame, misuse of alcohol, drugs, gambling, or food, seeking high-risk, dangerous pursuits, physical aching, and pain. I want to talk about this for a second. People think that feeling suicidal is, wanting to kill yourself. It's not. It is, but it's not. Being suicidal is, it's kind of like giving up. You've given up on your life. You feel like you can't handle it anymore. You feel like you don't want to do it anymore. So it doesn't mean you're sitting there feeling the need to slice your wrists or to hang yourself or to overdose or to do things like that. It could be simple things as, stop eating, pushing everyone away to the point where it makes you feel like you have no one there anymore. If you have somebody in your life that is pushing you away and you know something's wrong but they haven't talked to you about it, please confront them and let them know you love them so much and that you're there for them and that you care about them and whatever. Because something small like that is actually very big. Self-harm and destructive tendencies. If somebody is self-harming themselves and you know it, please speak up. Please speak up. There's many reasons why they're probably doing it. I'm not gonna lie, self-harming was something that I thought a lot about. It was to make the pain, and I still think about it, it makes the pain, the numbness. When you don't feel anything, you don't feel emotion, you don't feel pain, you want to feel something. And so a lot of the time when people self-harm, it's so that they can feel something other than just nothing. If you feel guilt or shame or embarrassment or self-blaming, I can say this all I want, but it's a lot harder to actually believe it. You are not at fault for whatever happened. Do not blame yourself for whatever happened. Don't be embarrassed of the fact that you struggle with this. You know how many people out there struggle with this? If you can admit to yourself and to somebody in your family or maybe even a friend that you struggle with this disorder, that's making a huge step. That's making progress with your life. You're getting help. And the thing is there's so much. My therapist has told me there's many ways to help yourself, to help us get through PTSD. You have your toolbox. Right now, with no help, your toolbox is empty. A support system is one tool. Maybe, right now my PTSD is so bad that I actually have to be on medication for it. So that is another tool in my toolbox. I'm in therapy. That's another tool in my toolbox. Right now I'm in the process of doing other things that I don't want to talk about at the moment. And that's a tool in my toolbox. Going and seeing, if you don't want to take medication, there's herbs that will help with your anxiety. There is, different things that you can do to help with your anxiety, to help control it a bit. So those are some of the symptoms that I'm talking about today. I plan on trying to make videos as much as I can, but if I'm having a really bad day, I can't. I'm hoping to make videos on Tuesday. Those are the days that I'm planning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it's a Tuesday. Please bear with me, but if you feel the need to make a comment that, lets me know that I'm not the only one who's going through this, or that, you're a family member and then, this, is helping you to understand what your child or your friend is going through, let me know down in the comments below, or even just to say hi or something, I'll try to reply to as many comments as I can. But I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, be strong and stay safe. You're not alone.